Hi there, music fans. Welcome to another one of my polls, another top 10. And today I'd like to give you my top 10 favorite solo songs from George Harrison. Absolutely love George Harrison. As I said in another poll, he's definitely one of my top 10 favorite singers of all time. And one of my favorite albums of all time is Cloud Nine. Absolutely love that album. So I could actually put the whole top 10 as songs from that album, really. But I kind of spread it out through George's career just for this top 10. But yeah, I loved Cloud Nine album. But good being an 80s kid, yeah, that album came out in 87 and I just absolutely love it ever since then. Um, but here's my top 10 favorite songs from the fantastic George Harrison. So, number 10, I have one from that album I just mentioned, Cloud Nine, and it's Someplace Else. Just an absolutely beautiful song. I don't know whether many people would have that in their top 10. I'm sure not a lot of people would, but I absolutely love it. It was written for the kind of love theme in that disastrous film, Shanghai Surprise, terrible movie, that George's Handmade Productions made, and yeah, with Sean Penn and Madonna, absolutely terrible movie, but this beautiful song featured in it, and I absolutely love it. Someplace Else. Number nine is another one I don't know whether many people would have, but I'm sure it's a song that he wrote for Olivia, his wife. Um, I think it was on the 33 and the third album, and it's called Beautiful Girl. Absolutely love Beautiful Girl. Just a beautiful love song. Yeah, just absolutely love it. So that's in my top 10 as well. Number 8 is the song he dedicated to, well, he wrote and dedicated to is lifetime friend John Lennon when he died, and it's all those years ago, and it's just an absolutely fantastic track. I love the fact that Paul plays bass on it. I don't know whether he plays bass or he just was backing vocals, but Paul features on it, and Ringo features on it, Linda McCartney features on it. It's just an absolutely cracker song. But I think the line that really gets to me every time is when George says, "I really looked up to you. I always looked up to you." Just yeah, that gets me every time I hear that line. Just but it's just a fantastic tribute to his good friend John Lennon. So number 7 is a song I heard in the cinema for the first time. I was in the cinema probably the early 90s. I was watching Lethal Weapon 2. And yeah, you can see where I'm going with this. And I loved the movie. But right at the end, the titles out came George Harrison's song, which blew my mind. I absolutely loved it. Cheer Down, absolutely fantastic track. Still love it to this day. Cheer Down. Um, Number 6 is All Things Must Pass, title song from probably his most successful album. Just a beautiful song. I probably wouldn't have had this in my top 10 a couple of years ago, but I think I feel like as I'm getting older, maybe I'll get more mature. I don't know about that, but um, I seem to like these type of songs more and more. Because as I say, I wouldn't have had this in my top 10 a few years ago, but I absolutely love it now. It's All Things Must Pass. Beautiful song. So I'm into my top five, and I absolutely love these five. These are definitely my favorite five, and number five is My Sweet Lord. Yeah, just had to be in the top five. Absolutely love that. Um, yeah, My Sweet Lord. There's not a lot to be said about that song that hasn't already been said before. Absolutely love it. Number four comes again from my favorite album, Cloud Nine. Absolutely love that. I love the song Cloud Nine as well. Just a fantastic track. But I have Devil's Radio. What a track! It's just another one of them great driving tracks. I said before in a few of these polls, I love songs that you can blare in the stereo in the car, and this is definitely one of them. Devil's Radio, absolutely love it. So number three comes from All Things Must Pass as well, and it's Isn't It a Pity? Just a beautiful song. He wrote about it. I think it was about the breakup with Paddy, and we all know what happened there as well when she left him for Eric Clapton. Um, or she was leaving him for Eric Clapton. This song, beautiful song, came out, and Isn't It a Pity? Just a beautiful song. Um, so number two, I don't know whether a lot of people have it either, but I love how fun this track is, and it's When We Was Fab. Absolutely love that he's um reminiscing about Beatles days in this song, and I love this track. When we was fab, just a great track. So my number one George Harrison song of all time comes again from All Things Must Pass, and it's "What Is Life." Absolutely fantastic track, great guitar track. Yeah, just love it. What Is Life? So that's my number one. So my top 10 again is "Someplace Else," "Beautiful Girl," all those years ago, "Cheer Down," "All Things Must Pass," "My Sweet Lord," "Devil's Radio," "Isn't It a Pity," "When We Spav," and "What Is Life?" Absolutely fantastic song. And again, like all these polls, I left some absolute classics out. But it's always something that gets left out. Like I'll Have You Anytime. This guitar can't keep from crying. Absolutely love that as well. I love "Blow Away." I love his cover of "True Love." Absolutely love that as well. I love "You." Just a fantastic song. Yeah, there's not many words in it, but absolutely love it. Obviously, I love "Got My Mind Set on You," one of the great 80s classics. It was a cover of a song from the 50s, but to me, this is just an 80s classic. George's version of "Got My Mind Set on You." So, yeah, that just for fun is my top 10. And if you have any comments, leave them in the section below. But until then, thank you and bye.